Yeah, this is PSR. Today we take second video on world during World Wars. Subtopic is causes for World War One. Very important area. This is the answer that is being asked in SSC examinations, so that everybody should concentrate. Talking about this causes for World War One. Actually, World War One, the period of World War One is 1914 to 1918. So, what were the reasons for the causes for World War One? Taking this important subtopic. So we take there are six major causes we could find out. We can see one is aggressivism, second one is imperialism, third one secret alliances, fourth one militarism, fifth one Balkan politics, sixth one immediate cause. Once again, talking about these causes, first one is aggressive nationalism, second imperialism, third one secret alliances, fourth one militarism, so and Balkan politics, immediate cause. So talking about this, and after industrialization, most of the European countries divide into two groups. Industrialization is a major threat. I told earlier. So the industrially developed countries divide into two groups. Germany, Austria, Italy one side. That's another one group initially before World War One. And England, France, America, and USSR another side. There were two groups. But why they formed into groups? What are the reasons? How these groups led to groups are the conflict leads to wars? That's a really big question. Talking about this, every group. One is talking about the group we hear USA, France, Britain, followed by USSR. This one group, Germany, Italy, Austria, this one group. So these groups, what are the groups formed earlier before World War One? Each and every group, this group and this group, that they tried to get domination over the world. Why they would like to get the control over the world? They would like to get more colonies. They would like to occupy more colonies. They would like to get more market facilities. See, these countries industrially developed. These industrially developed countries would like to capture world markets because they wanted to sell their commodities. To sell their commodities, they occupied markets. Just like you take India. India was a colony of British. They occupied it. They occupied for two reasons. One is they would like to get raw materials from India, and what are the finished goods are there, they would like to sell in the Indian market. So each and every country, most of the industrially developed countries in Europe, wanted to get authority over other regions, other countries for few reasons. One is they would like to get raw materials from those areas. At the same time, they would like to sell their finished products. This is about major reason regarding this. They forming into groups or fighting and a kind of arrogant nature. This point is to be taken. So when these countries not industrially developed, they don't want raw materials. If they don't want raw materials, they won't go to any country. And they are not going to any other countries, and they don't get any conflict, rivalry, kind of enmity won't be. But due to industrialization, due to industrial revolution, due to establishing large number of industries, the groups are formed. And these groups, every country wanted to get authority over other colonies, other countries, wanted to get raw materials. In this process, they got a kind of rival. So when you are looking at these groups, how the disputes came as the World War One. That's the point. First one is aggressive nationalism. So when talking about nationalism, what is nationalism? Having a kind of sympathy towards nation, respect towards nation is called nationalism. But here term aggressive nationalism. What is aggressive nationalism? Too much love towards his own nation and hatredness towards other nations. This is a big problem that was emerged in the 20th century. Particularly aggressive nationalism. Nationalism is good, positive side. Nationalism is positive side. But aggressive nationalism is a negative side. Nobody can encourage this one. In the world, people should live without any dispute. No one is superior, no one is inferior. All the countries should live without any inequalities. But this aggressive nationalism speaks something about their nation is great, but other nations are not great. My race is superior, your race is not superior. This is not the way to promote the people, to encourage the people towards a kind of bad philosophy. So nationalism is good, but aggressive nationalism is wrong. You can love your own nation, but you should not have a kind of hatredness towards other nations. But that was followed by people of Germany and Italy. Particularly these two nations, after their unification, both of them united in 1871 and 72 during that period. After their unification, people of these two nations grew with strong nationalistic feelings. They had a feeling that their nation is great, they are superior, they are going to rule the world. They have capacity to rule the world. This is a wrong philosophy. So, aggressive nationalism that was particularly followed by the countries like Germany and Italy, particularly it reached to the highest point when Hitler came to the rule in Germany. Mussolini was in Italy. That strong feeling that should be there towards your nation, but a kind of friendly relation must be there towards other nations. This is the first reason. So aggressive nationalism, one is believing they are great, and what about other people? What about other people? They will also treat themselves as great. So that is really German philosophy of aggressive nationalism create trouble in the European countries. Similar feelings can be seen in many countries, right? That point is to be noticed. And next one is imperialism. This is very, very important. What is imperialism? Imperialism is nothing but X country will get a political and administrative authority on Y country. Imperialism is nothing but X advanced country, take X is advanced country, can get authority over other regions, other countries. Why this some X is trying to get authority on Y? Because X is advanced country, industry developed country, would like to get authority over Y. When they are able to get authority over Y, they can get raw materials, everything. That is about imperialism. It's a kind of capitalistic system where the capitalist can go and take raw materials from some other regions. The X country will get authority over Y, so when authority is there, they can take raw materials, everything. This point is to be noticed. Imperialism is nothing but acquiring colonies, occupying colony. In the occupying colony, but Europeans, they always moved and occupied, they tried to occupy all the countries. In this process, they got rivalry. Rivalry among European nations in acquiring colonies, also termed as imperialism. Or acquiring colonies, getting authority over colonies, political authority over colonies, by an advanced country or industrially developed country is called imperialism. This is a kind of concept, a wrong concept. X should not go to Y, X country should not occupy Y, X country should not get authority over Y and should not take any raw material from Y. But that is not done. During this period, 20th century, European countries, industrially advanced countries, European countries, they went to Asia, Africa, America, and all other continents, and they colonized them, they occupied them, they came out. They brought their raw materials. They got authority over these regions. So my point is clear. Imperialism is nothing but acquiring colonies by the industrial developed countries. This is also created problem among the nations. When all of them trying to occupy, they got a kind of a dispute among themselves. Disputes among themselves in acquiring colonies, in occupying colonies, everything that is there. This kind of the problem that is there. Imperialism is major reason. వాళ్ళ మధ్యనే గొడవలు వచ్చాయి. Example take, India was a colony. Britishers interested to occupy India, but it seemed the French people also tried. There were wars between England and France regarding India. Regarding a particular country, regarding a backward country, regarding a colony, these European countries fought each other. They fought in Africa, they fought in Asia, in most of the countries they fought each other. About what? Everyone trying to get authority on X country or some particular country. So when authority is there, they can take everything. My point is clear. So imperialism, it was a worst philosophy, a bad philosophy where a particular country trying to get authority over other regions. Britishers came and got authority and they took whatever they wanted to take, they took away. The wealth of India was taken away. The raw materials were exported to their own countries. When raw materials are exported to their country, these raw materials can be used in their industries. And they can produce finished goods, and economically they are strong. They can get authority over the world. They can believe themselves as superiors. That's the way how imperialism created problems. Second one, in this process, these all European countries secretly allied each other. Secretly they grouped. So, secret alliances. There are two alliances formed. Before World War I, we can find out there are two alliances, secret alliances. You mean that these countries, to safeguard their colonies, to protect their colonies, to occupy, to fight against enemy, they allied each other. They got their own friend, right? And there are 3 or 4 countries allied together. Another 3 or 4 countries allied together. Alliance. They allied each other. These countries are allied. That leads to group. There are 2 groups. These groups fought in the world. See, after the unification of Germany and Italy, to promote themselves, to promote their trade, to promote their colonization process, to protect their colonies, they form into groups. First one, let's see that France allied with Russia. Once you have to see that France allied with Russia in 1891, and in 1904, Britain allied with this. So that now group is France, Russia, and Britain. These countries formed as group by 1904. This group, to protect themselves, they formed. This point is to be this group. This is called Triple Entente. Triple Entente. This is a triple alliance or entente. Alliance. Triple alliance. Now you can easily get this point. See that? Britain, France, Russia formed as Russia and France formed as by 1904 as triple alliance or triple entente, sir. Triple entente, ENTENT. Triple entente formed by these three nations. And particularly triple alliance formed by Germany, Italy, Austria. This triple alliance, members in the triple alliance. So secretly they formed into groups. One is triple entente, triple alliance, triple entente and triple alliance. So this is about the group. There are two groups formed here: triple alliance, triple entente. See that triple entente. What are the countries? France, England, and USA. Yes, sir. Nothing but Russia are the members in triple entente. Triple entente formed by 1907. By 1907, triple entente was formed. And triple alliance formed by Germany, Italy, and Austria. So these three reasons. Just to look at these three reasons. These three reasons: aggressive nationalism, imperialism, secret alliances. They allied each other secretly and they would like to fight against another enemy. And a collective effort, that is about collective efforts. Why they allied? Why they formed an alliance? To protect their trade, to protect their colonies, to protect their economic interest. They found. So this is about an important area. And coming to the World War I reasons,